Hey YouTube, it's Echobear. And honestly, originally I had a cute skit planned for this video and all of that, but not today, not this video. Don't let the cute little flower crown fool you because I am salty, like the dang Dead Sea. And I'll tell you why. This video has pretty much been in the works since I first started up this channel a year ago. And it's an issue that I've mentioned a lot in my videos, and it comes up a lot with a bunch of games that I review. And today I kind of want to talk about microtransactions. Pretty much, microtransactions have been the bane of my existence since I've started reviewing these apps. And also, before I start getting into all of this, I kind of want to give my definition and a brief explanation on what microtransactions are. A microtransaction is defined as a business model where users can purchase virtual goods via micropayments. Microtransactions are often used in free-to-play games to provide revenue source for the developers. Okay, yeah, cool, that sounds all fine and dandy, like person wants a game, developer wants money. It seems like a win-win for everyone. But it becomes a problem when the game is nearly unplayable and 100% focused on the microtransactions. And honestly, I can deal with paying with some microtransactions as long as they feel justified. And for me personally, I have like a few self-set rules, or just things that I look for in order to be okay with the microtransactions. Pretty much that has to be like the game is playable without the transactions, it's enjoyable without the transactions have to benefit the game in some fair way, and the game should provide you with a way to get these items just from playing the game itself and not be some impossible feat like a 1 in a million chance thing. Essentially, my point is, if the game is still playable at its core, it's enjoyable and not inconvenienced by the presence of microtransactions, then yeah, why not? If a game can show me that it can do all of these things, I might drop a few dollars toward the game to get a really awesome sword or a cute little monster here and there. And I have one main example of how this format can absolutely ruin a game. Bam. Mother effin' Plants vs. Zombies and the sequel, Plants vs. Zombies 2. I mean, yeah, you probably knew this was coming based on the title, but humor me and act surprised. But the original and its sequel are perfect examples of what I'm talking about. If you look at the original Plants vs. Zombies game, you can literally go through the entire game and not spend a single cent unless you want to pay for something in your little flower garden that you get while playing the game. And you literally don't have to though, because the plants in the game basically vomit out coins that you can use. I was playtesting Plants vs. Zombies again, like on my original save file, and I have over 200,000 coins without paying a single cent. The original game is so well done that I think it's one of my favorite apps that I've ever played, hands down, and I can say that I've beat the entire game at least 5 times and have spent no money. All levels done? No money. All plants unlocked? No money. All zombies cataloged? No freaking money. The reason that there is nothing but pure salt here is because everything I just pointed out about the first game, the second game was like, nah, nope, that was a bad idea. Let's do the exact opposite of that. So to simply unlock all of the flowers offered in the second game, again, I remind you, something that was free in the original, you need to pay at least $121.81. And this might even be a little incorrect at this point because it's been a while and I think they've added new stuff. So who the hell said this was okay? Like, that is a ridiculous amount of money to ask for a game that has the word free in it. Last time I checked, free doesn't really equal $120. Now, honestly, I can hear people saying that that's not fair because there's new and different plants offered from the original. And yeah, that's fair, but when the game does crap like, oh, hey, remember that cactus you got in the last game for free just for playing? Yeah, that costs about an hour of minimum wage salary now. Have fun! And I also want to reiterate that I am comparing it to the first game, which gave you every plant for free. It's so frustrating to me. If all the plants costed $10 at maximum, I would have backed down because that's fair. That is a fair price for every plant in a game, I think. But it's not. It's $120 freaking dollars. Another example that I want to pull up is like someone working minimum wage in the United States as of 2016, the federal salary is currently sitting at $7.25. So it would literally take 16 hours of work to buy all of the plants in this game. And I really wish I could be done ragging on things to buy in this game, but it literally doesn't stop there. The game literally gives you the mechanic of 3 different power-ups and lets you use them for free for an entire level. So much so that you want to rely on them in the coming levels. But right after you get through playing that level, it throws it in your face that it costs in-game currency. So it's pretty much useless unless you want to grind in previous levels for money. And if not, enjoy having your useless buttons sitting at the bottom of your screen. Also, if you are lazy and are so inclined or feel like the levels are too hard to beat, the game pretty much lets you pay a $5 per level pack if you don't have a key to unlock it. So if you want to total up that nonsense as well, that's another total of $40 to add to the buyable things in this game. Also, to buy in-game currency, and Plants vs. Zombies isn't the only offender of this. Tons and tons and tons of apps do this, and I can't fathom why, but they offer $99 options. 99. Why in the fresh hell is this available? So you have the option to pay $99 of real money for fake in-game money? This is literally stuff I couldn't make up even if I wanted to at this point. And I know where to direct all my frustration too. It's none other than the parent company, EA Games. EA is literally making a killing on these types of transactions and these types of apps, and have been for years. EA executives call claims like this nonsense, but is it really? I know that their bottom line is to make money for the company, and I realize this. However, if I'm playing a dang game on my iPhone while waiting for my classes to start, and you're like, hey, spend $100 on this free game, that's what's actual nonsense. EA corporate vice president Peter Moore speculated in June 2012 that within 5 to 10 years, all games will have transitioned to the microtransaction model. Also, Tommy Palma of King, which is the Candy Crush Saga series, expressed in 2014 his belief that all games will eventually be quote-unquote free-to-play. Literally, how dare these two companies call them free-to-play? These two are the literal worst offenders of overcharging within microtransactions and baiting players into using them. To be fair, they are free to play in a sense. You can get them for free, you can play them for free, but it is a pay-to-win game. So to get some semblance of completing any of these games, you have to drop some money on them. But overall, the fact that such major corporations are pushing for this nonsense to be the norm is scary to me. It literally takes all the fun out of games and just turns them into a money sink. This push for games to be heavy on microtransactions is what I believe is really damaging to up-and-coming app developers. And at least it's damaging to these large parent companies that think these things are okay to do. And at the point of me recording this, I have reviewed over 180 apps, and I can honestly say that you can tell when a game is made solely for the purpose of making money, or for the purpose of you have a creative idea and you want to share it with people. You can always tell when a game is like a labor of love. It's something that care has been put into. And in all honesty, those types of games are always more fun to play. And it's always more memorable and fun than going on a pickpocketing joyride from app developers. So honestly, after a year of wanting to get this out of my system, I finally have, and it feels wonderful. And I really hope it kind of gives you guys a little bit of light of how I feel about microtransactions and how the whole system works and how I wish it could work. And I know I ragged on it a lot, but I honestly really do love the Plants vs. Zombies series. It's such a creative idea, and the reason I tore apart the sequel as hard as I do, and just the reason I hate it so much, is because I had such high expectations for it. I had this expectation of going into this game and just continuing my adventure of destroying really dorky looking zombies with cute little plants, and I just got price tags thrown in my face at every turn. And honestly, it's literally the first time I felt personally betrayed by a video game. Which I don't know what that says about me. So if you want my advice, go play the original Plants vs. Zombies game, ignore the fact that the sequel exists, and enjoy the ride as you use adorable little plants to vanquish zombies. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and comment down below and let me know what you thought about this type of review. And this is officially the end of Plant Week, or Flower Week. I think it's Flower Week, that's what I'm calling it. But this is a thing that I want to start doing. I think it's kind of fun to do something themed and have me wearing dorky stuff that goes along with it. So let me know what you guys thought of this. If you want to see more stuff like this, I have a bunch more planned out. Make sure to check my Twitter and stuff. After this video goes up, I'm going to be posting a poll on what you guys want to see for the next themed week. That may not come out for a while just because I'm getting ready to move again. Yay! But once I get settled in with all my roommates, and I'll have some videos to show you guys them as well, I'll get working on the next one. And so until then, thank you guys so much for watching, all that fun stuff that I said before. And honestly, love all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for letting me do all this fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Woo! Get this fucking thing off my head.